Hello Inmovers. Today I'm just going to talk about how to create your own gestures using this tutorial on the Inmoov website. So we're going to use the capture gesture command because I'm using Manticore, the latest version of my Robot Lab, and that won't work with the other method. So first up, we want to put the servos in the position we want them to be with after we say the command. And that will then we can say the capture gesture command. So that will capture the servo positions. Then we'll save that into a new Python tab.
I enjoy helping others because they need my assistance, not because I want their friendship.
Yeah, that's Inmoov just randomly talking. Okay, our normal welcome screen. That's our Python screen. And, move the bottom screen up and down with the drag arrows. Be the bottom part of the screen that we're going to be using. So we click on here, we can move any of the servos we want. In this case we move the head, and we'll get him to look up as well. So after I say the command, that will be the end position it will be in. Now the webcam, or the screen capture program I'm using, has got over the got hold of the microphone, won't let it go, so I'm going to have to type it in.
You are right.
Gesture.
I am capturing this gesture.
Now we go to the Python tab. You can see that it's captured servo positions here. Thought there's a copy command in there, but there isn't. We go Control C to copy that text, and File, New Window, and in here Control V to paste it. So that's now our gesture. And now it says we need to give it a gesture name, define, and then he's hand flat. It's going to be this gesture. You can do that in the Python editing tool. Go in there and type it in here. I'm going to call it move head. Because it's Python programming language, it has to be
what is the exact
text. Now these need to be indented. That's not a tab key, I'm just using 2 spaces on the spacebar.
I like a good discussion.
Now, the website also has shows that there's velocity settings in there, and as the text describes, you can put the velocity settings in there. If you don't, it will be the last velocity settings the servos have. All this typing I find it was a lot easier in the text editor that I'm using, so I'm going to do that in there. But for now, we'll move on down here. It says that we save the gesture now and give it the same file name as the definition that we gave it. Maybe in there, I go file, save as, and I want to keep that head move. Is that what I called it? Remember that? I've forgotten. Move head. Oh, save as, move head. Save. Now I'm just going to open that up in my text editor and add those velocity settings in there. So I'll restart the camera once I've done that. Something I should have mentioned earlier. So this is my Robot Lab installation that I've got from the zip file. So I've copied that and put it into another directory, copied it in there and called it my old one as a backup before I started playing around with this file. So the Inmoov is there, our gestures. Our gestures should be here. And move head, there it is there. So I'll open that in my editor. I'm using Notepad++, but whatever you want to use. There it is there. Okay, so I'll pause the video now and I'll come back after I've typed the velocities in. Okay, I'm back here now. So I had to do a little bit of mucking around with the text to get it to look like this. It's important that the colours are like this, or whatever colours the default is on your editor is. So this has to be blue because it's a function, and that's the name of the function. And we've got this red line that goes down here to define that this is move head. As I said, this is Python, so text has to be right. You can't have any spaces or tabs in it that shouldn't be there. And these are all have 2 spaces in there, and I'll put the velocity in there. I've just copied them from the website. I'm not 100% sure what the numbers mean, but I guess we can change them around to increase or decrease the speed. The velocities here matches up, I would think, with the arm. So that's the position of the left arm. The first servo is 0, next one's 90, next one's 30, next one's 10. So I'm thinking that's the velocity for the first servo, second servo, third servo and fourth servo. The arm and the hands have got left and right. The torso and the head have only don't have left and right because there is no left and right. So it's really important that the file ends up looking like that. and then we'll save the file. I already saved it, so and we can close that down. Now the next thing on the that's our gesture. Once we have the gesture file saved, now we have to create a chatbot session for it, so when we say the word it will run the gesture, and that's done here in the Inmoov gesture AMIL. Now I can't find this anywhere on the website or whatever, but this file can't be modified when you're running my robot lab, so I need to shut down my robot lab before I can edit that file. So I'll do that. Okay, I've shut down my robot lab. So now I'm going to go into Inmoov gestures from my robot lab. Inmoov, chatbot session, bots, English, AMIL, Inmoov gestures. So that's this line here. Now I guess if you're using language that's not English, you need to go to the relevant file here, relevant directory there, sorry. I'll open that up. Now, file looks like this. It has all the gestures in here, and whatever words you need to initiate those gestures. Now I've already added my gesture in there because it took a bit of time. So right at the bottom, what I did was copied this gesture and pasted it underneath. Just make sure there's no space between that category and this AMIL. So the pattern is the text. When I say that text, it will initiate the gesture. Inmoov will say OK, move head, and it will run move head gesture, and then you're going to save that file. Of course we can only save that file when my robot lab is not running. So once we restart my robot lab, we'll do that now, and if I say move head, it should do the gesture. We'll close that down. I'll pause because my robot lab takes a minute or so to start.
Starting torso.
Okay, if Inmoov doesn't say what can I do for you, there's a problem with your files.
How can I help you?
Okay, if you don't get that message at the end of the start sequence, you need to go back into my robot lab. Inmoov, check the gesture that you just created. If there's an error with that file, it will stop Inmoov from booting up properly. So when you open it up in your text editor, just make sure that it says the def is in a not in the same colour text as all the other text, and yeah, move head is the same as the file name, you've got 2 brackets and a colon, and then all these lines are indented right, and they've all got the text that are in those sort of colours. I don't know if it is those exact colours, it depends on how you've configured your text editor. So if that looks right, you need to go and have a look at the ANMI gesture folder, and just make sure that all this text looks okay. There's no spaces where there shouldn't be spaces, because if either of those are wrong, it'll stop Inmoov from saying his end statement. I guess the easiest way to find out is you can delete those that you've just done, move the gesture file out and try again. Okay, my robot lab has started up again. As I said, I can't use the microphone because the the screen capture software's got hold of the microphone and chatbot. And I've already tried this to make sure it works. If I type in here move head,
Okay, move head.
okay.
Okay, move head.
Okay, the first time I didn't want to do that. Second time I did.
Relax.
Try it again.
Okay, move head.
No. And one of in the My Robot Blade website says you can do a restart chat box. I tried that, didn't do a thing. So I'm not sure what all that's about, but this software has a few issues, I think. So just to run through that again. First up, I would say make a backup copy of my Robot Lab. So I did that and put it into old My Robot Lab, just in case something happens. At least then you can grab all the gestures and all, and the you can just grab that whole folder, or you can just grab the chatbot. Just grab the gesture and copy that across, or you can just copy all these and paste these back in to overwrite. If there is an issue with the gesture, I found that Inmoov on restarting generally won't say what can I do for you. Okay, so when you create your gestures, you can use these other gestures as a example. So if we open one of the gestures that come with it, so when you say arms front, it says start gesture, runs through here. Now I'm guessing start gesture and finish gesture is some nice programming to put in there. So we could do that. And sleep 1, I think that is a timer. So that could be a 1 second timer. So you can copy that. There's some more complicated gestures. Yeah. Okay, so we can use some of the pre-existing gestures as good examples of how we can create our own gestures. So, we can call on multiple gestures within a gesture. So I guess that's running the welcome gesture, then the relax gesture, and the servos gesture. The Da Vinci one here is, it says hand speed, so I'm assuming that's velocity, but the numbers are slightly different. So the command, I guess, may be hand speed, or you could use velocity, and it does the same thing. So if you see a gesture that you want to mimic, you come down here and have a look, see how it's done, and copy it across, and then put your gestures in there. You can see we can have multiple movements, like this: eat Indian food. He moves his head, and he waits 1 second, moves his head some more, waits 2 seconds, moves his head a bit more, and sleep. That'll wait 0.4 a second, and then moves his arms, torso, and here we can get him to say something. So there's here we go, mouth, speak, blocking. Yes, I want some. This is a remark statement, so he won't say that. But, I'm guessing it's Russian. And that's it, so we can build up gestures with multiple movements this way. I guess that's about it. Important thing to remember is that when you're modifying this file, you shouldn't have my robot lab running. It tends to override everything you just written. So don't have my robot lab running. Thank you for that.